Hi and welcome to this tutorial. My name is Maria and I'm gonna show you how to use Coggle to give informational feedback or to assess your students' assignments with flowcharts. It is a visual way of sharing ideas on a student's assignment or progress. At first I type Coggle in the search bar of the browser and I opt for this option. Once you reach the website, you will see a short introductory video regarding the platform. As you scroll down, you may see the different templates that you can use for your chart. Then you just have to sign up in order to start. I will choose the free version. I have already an account, so I will sign up with my Google account. Then you can see the subscription options. For example, I will opt for education, but there is also IT engineering, operations, business, product design, etc., etc. So I will opt for education and then teacher, and after that mind template. Let's go for the mind map. Okay, there is a little instructions here, and then create diagram. Okay, here on the right side there is a column explaining the keyboard orders, so you click on this and done. Okay, now you have to double click on the gray frame in order to start. Let's type language activity. Okay, done. Now I click on the plus button here to insert the extra notes that I want to write down, and you click here to edit the tab right on it. For example, question 1. What was the name of the queen? Okay, you click here to add another tab. Let's say question 2 and write where did the fairy tale take place? Now question 3, what happened to the queen and lost her powers? And question number 4, how did the prince save the queen? Great. Now, if you hover over the end of the row, you will see a plus button. Right click on it and you see the extra options. For example, there is the auto arrange. Here you can choose the style, you can delete the brands, copy a brands, drag to transplant a brands, add a brands, then you can comment on this, and lastly you can choose shape. Okay, now let's add a branch, and now if you want to change the shape of the branch, you can choose this. So some shapes are free to use, for example this one, but for others you have to upgrade. If I click like this one, okay, now if I click on edit, I see some available options right here. So the first one is to format your text. For example, you can choose bold, italics, etc. The second one is to add a link to link a website. Then you can add extra files, for example, images, and lastly you can add some kind of emojis over here. Very nice. Now, to join items, you can just create an empty item and drag it over the item you want to connect with it. For example, here I write, what was the name of the queen? Let's say Maria. Let's say Lisa, and okay, these two. You can drag and drop them like that. You hover them, and then you can like this connect them. Let's move it. Link title. Okay, that's nice. You see, there are available options and you can connect anything you want here or on your mind map. So continue to add new items and shapes until your flowchart is complete. You can use different colors, like here, if you want to indicate different topics. Now, your Google diagram is saved automatically, and then you are able to share it with your students. By using flowcharts, you have numerous possibilities on how to enrich your lesson. You can use Coggle not only for feedback but also for planning, give advice to your students, or provide guidance on how to solve an activity or homework. Coggle is also a great way to have your students give their feedback on what they've learned. For example, they could use it visually depict a storyline of a reading comprehension text. Coggle is an easy, free tool to use. However, there are premium plans if you wish to upgrade. You can always check the additional sources under the video on how to use Coggle. Thank you for watching.